The final countdown towards Shadowlands has begun, and that does mean people need to start deciding which covenant they're going to go with. So what I decided to do was make a 4-part series running through each of the covenants and run through their rewards and their themes and feel of the covenant to give you a better idea and understanding of that covenant and hopefully make your choice a little bit easier. Now what this video isn't going to do though is talk about player power. I'm not going to talk about which is going to be the best for a tank or DPS or any of that stuff, because realistically if that's what you're after, then all you really need is a sentence saying this is best for your spec or class. So we're not going to be touching on that stuff, instead all the other stuff that's generally not really touched on in terms of covenants. This video is powered by Kingston and HyperX. Ensure you're ready for Shadowlands launch with their Fury DDR4 RGB RAM, or speed up your loading speeds with their KC2500 M.2 SSDs. Find out more in the link below. So the first one we're going to take a look at is going to be the Venthyr, which can be found within the zone Revendreth. And Revendreth is a very gothic style zone. It's definitely taken a lot of inspiration from things like Dracula, and there's going to be a lot of stone structures in this zone as well. You've got stone walls and buildings, and even a very large castle in the center, which is meant to be the main kind of focal point, the thing that you kind of see from pretty much everywhere in the zone. It's meant to be very kind of intimidating and always in your face, and that's going to serve as the first raid for the expansion as well. In terms of the Venthyr themselves, they're going to have a very vampire look to them as well, and they serve as the last hope for the worst of the souls that have committed the most crimes or have a major flaw with them, and it's going to be down to the Venthyr to try and redeem them. And if they're able to be redeemed, then they'll be repurposed into a Venthyr themselves or sent to one of the other zones to continue their afterlife. If they're not able to be redeemed, then it's off to the maw with them instead. However, shortly after joining the Venthyr, you'll soon realize that things aren't the way that they should be, and a lot of the Venthyr have strayed from their original path. That's where your overall goal will come into play, and you'll be aiding the remaining Venthyr who've stayed true to the purpose to aid them to put things right and return Revendreth to how it should be. If you end up choosing the Venthyr, then your Covenant Sanctum will be called Sinful. It'll be this kind of hidden away underground tower, and you'll access the various different floors using this blood mirror network. And this is going to be your general base of operations. It's a place where you're going to be spending a lot of time if you're a Venthyr, so you'll definitely want to get used to the layout. It can be a little awkward to navigate at times, but overall it's not too bad. Your base Covenant spell as a Venthyr is going to be Door of Shadows. This is going to have a 1.5 second cast, and after that cast it will take you to your destination up to 35 yards away. This can also be used to go up terrain that you normally wouldn't be able to get up to, so if you're an explorer, you're really going to like this spell. It has a 1 minute cooldown and this really cool visual red effect to it when you're using the spell. Your Covenant specific mount is going to be Guar Guns. These are kind of like these werebears, and there's going to be 8 of them for you to collect as a Venthyr, and these are going to be exclusive to Venthyr players. There's going to be 4 armored versions and 4 unarmored versions for you to collect, and the armored ones look great, especially with this kind of brazier on the back of them that spits out a little bit of fire and ash as you're moving along. Really cool looking mounts, especially the one with the red armor. That's definitely my favorite. In terms of some of the other rewards you can expect as a Venthyr, first of all, hitting max renown, which will take some time, will get you the title Count or Countess depending on the gender of your character, and then some of the other miscellaneous rewards will be, for example, the Hearthstone. When you use this, will give you this red effect and the stone rotating around your character. You'll also have this little Sinstone pet, which will sit down with you if you /sit with it, and occasionally it will pop out a stone that you can click on as well that will give you a nice little buff. It's kind of cute. But it doesn't stop there. The main thing people are picking their covenants for is the cosmetics, and obviously we're going to have some quite nice cosmetics with the Venthyr: cloth, leather, mail, and plate. Now there's going to be one set for you to pick up, but there will be different colour variations of this set as well. You're going to get one colour set from getting your renown up, another set from doing the storyline, and then another set as well from taking part in your Covenant special feature, which in this case is the Ember Core. It's basically a party, and you'll see more of that later on. Ranking up your renown will also give you access to this arsenal of weapons that you can use. These are all cosmetics, they're not going to give you stats, but they are going to match the renown set quite well. This kind of reddish colour that it's got going on, they're going to fit quite well in with that. Now there will be some other weapons for you to pick up, some of them from the raid and various other sources, but this is going to be one of the sets you're going to pick up fairly early, and they all do look quite nice. As I said, they are going to match the Renown set, but you can pick a mix and make your own set as well. The final cosmetics for us to talk about are going to be these back pieces. You're going to have some pretty standard looking backs, which do look good and definitely match the sets quite well as well. There's going to be a few of those kind of more basic looking ones, but on top of that, there's going to be some of these really nice, unique looking backs. I love the style that they're going with some of these Covenant backs, but they have them kind of free floating, and there's a little bit more going on with them. And there's going to be two that you'll pick up from Renown. One is going to be this kind of hanging gravestone looking thing with lanterns on it, and then the other one is going to be these floating blades, and these look great. When you jump, they'll kind of float up and down. It really does look good. It kind of reminds me of Aurelia from League of Legends, if anyone knows that. Really nice looking back. There's going to be some various other ones of these for you to pick up, and different colors as well. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Soulbind NPCs and some of the general perks that they'll provide, the non-DPS ones at least. The first one up will be Najia the Mistblade, and she's kind of a tongue-in-cheek duelist, and one of her perks is going to be you'll get more infused rubies, and also you'll have access to an extra selection of infused ruby items. This is kind of like a special currency available to everyone that you'll get throughout the zone. Next up, we have Theatar the Mad Duke, and honestly his name fits quite well. He's kind of like a Mad Hatter guy that's obsessed with drinking tea, and some of the perks you'll get from him is increased happiness during the Ember Core, and chance to obtain an assortment of herbs and beverages from kills that provide experience and honor. And the third Soulbind is going to be General Raven, which is a much more serious character, and the general perks we're going to get from him is reduced durability damage, 50% reduced durability damage, so if you die, etc., you're going to be saving some gold there. And then he'll also give you increased mounted speed when leaving rested areas, and this duration will increase or refresh when you complete a world quest. This is going to be quite nice for traveling around and doing your general day-to-day tasks. The final thing to talk about is going to be Sanctum Upgrades. You're going to be able to provide Anima to your Sanctum, which is going to be a very important currency throughout the Shadowlands, and this will allow you to unlock new perks and features for your Sanctum that'll aid you within various content and even unlock some new content as well. Some of these perks are shared between the Covenants, and some are going to be very unique to your Covenant in particular. The first unique perk to talk about is going to be the Blood Mirror system. As you increase the ranks of the system, you're going to get more mirrors available across Revendreth that are going to give you pretty much instant teleportation from Sinful to these various different places within Revendreth. The more ranks you get, the more mirrors you're going to unlock. Then once you hit rank 3, you're going to get quite a lot of stuff. You're going to get a portal that will take you directly to Oribos, which is just going to speed things up in terms of your getting to and from your Covenant Sanctum to the new hub. And then also it's going to teach you how to repair some of these broken mirrors within Revendreth. If you come across one of these broken mirrors, you'll repair it and there'll be goodies inside waiting for you. The next Sanctum upgrade to talk about is going to be the Anima Conductor. Getting this to rank 1 will unlock the Crypt of the Forgotten to funnel Anima to, which will give you a special treasure there that you can do daily if you choose to funnel Anima to there at least. Or Wayne Crypt Hill, which is going to be a rare spawn called Harika the Horrid, which is actually going to be a chance of dropping a mount as well. And that's going to be unique to Venthyr to be able to summon that rare, although other people can take part in its kill. Getting this to rank 2 will give you the option to unlock Court of Harvesters, which will give you access to a new world quest every day, or you can do Pridefall Hamlet, which will give you some new daily quests instead. And then finally, getting this to rank 3 will give you access to the Shrouded Asylum to put Anima to, and that's going to give you these Venthyr enhancements. For example, one is an Ash Golem that you can spawn that will kind of aid you in combat, or the other one would be when you go low on health, it'll proc and basically heal you and help you out while you're in combat. The other one is going to be Dominance Keep, which will give you access to a rare elite, which is quite difficult to kill. You are going to need people to help you with this, and I'm not too sure what the special rewards are potentially from this rare at the moment. The final Sanctum upgrade to talk about is going to be the main unique feature for the Venthyr, and that is going to be the Ember Core. This is essentially a once a week event where you'll host a party for the various NPCs across the Shadowlands and try and impress them as best as you can. The better you are able to impress them, the more rewards and reputation you're going to get, which will give you access to other rewards and perks that will help make the future parties better. The way this works is it's going to be once per week, but you'll spend the first few days of the week kind of setting up and preparing the party. You'll be able to figure out who's being currently invited and go out and basically recruit them to the party. You generally have to do something in return to get them to come, but once you're done with that, they'll be set up and ready to join your next Ember Core. If you're not happy with some of the guests, you can buy a blank invitation and re-roll that guest until you do get one that you are happy with. And then you can set up some of the events and the visuals that are going to be going on for that particular party, and you'll use this opportunity to pick things that better suit the guests that you've picked. Finally, you can pick the food or beverages that are going to be hosted at the party as well, and then there's going to be various other NPCs and things that you can get that are going to just make the party generally better for the guests that are there. And your goal is basically, once the party begins, to run around and keep these guests as entertained as possible, using these various different bars. So there might be someone who wants things more formal, and there might be someone who wants things more casual. So you've got to then balance it between, well, who am I going to impress more? Am I going to have a formal party or a more casual party? Is it going to be safe or dangerous? And you can just do the various events within your Ember Core that'll impact these bars and give you the end result. And then the end result will give you the different chests at the end. And then based on how well you do, the better loot you're going to get. So that does bring us to our general overview of the Venthyr. Have I helped convince you to go Venthyr, or were you already planning to go Venthyr anyway? Let me know down in the comments below, and look out for the next parts of this series coming very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.